Hi Travelers, Tara here. I'm coming to you with a quick 7-card spread. I just kind of want to see what's hovering around this new moon. A time to move forward with new things. I do have the the Gilded Tarot here with me today, as well as the Sibilas for a bit of clarification. This is a general reading, and the messages will not apply to everyone. Alright, here we go. Now, 2 queens have come out. And the king. And the emperor. Well. And the Knight of Wands. Now, this is interesting. And underneath the deck, I have the Page of Pentacles, an offer of some sort. Okay. This is either an air sign, female, Queen of Swords, or someone who is embodies the qualities, someone who is sharp, analytical, no nonsense, to the point, can be extremely hurting and cutting with her words, but it's only because she's probably experienced a lot of heartache and loss herself, and she's just at a point now where she's not in the mood to deal with anybody's crap, so she kind of tells you off. Now, she can be really nasty and hurt you really bad in the way she tells you off, or she can do it in a very classy way. And I don't know necessarily what this is saying, but I do have these. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 court cards, but the messages, the knights to me always speak of events, and this is an event that happens quite suddenly, as if, you know, you're not going to have any time for planning, and it looks like it's a trip, traveling. And I do have the World card and the Six of Swords here. Now, the World card, this is the expectation. So perhaps some of you may be planning on going on a trip or had made plans to go on a trip. This could be international travel. But this card also speaks to the end of a cycle. It is the last of the major arcana. And I only have 2 major arcana cards here. I have the Emperor and I have the World card. And she's standing in the laurel wreath, and she's facing towards the past, but she's well balanced. She looks like an acrobat here, as if to say, man, I done did all of these flips and hoops, and I still landed on my feet, and now it's time for me to, you know, to look back to where I came from, because I have to go forward now. We have this Six of Swords here, and this is a card of moving away from something, either physically moving away or psychologically gaining some distance in perspective concerning some I don't know, situation, person, maybe even taking stock of where you want to go next. Now, I have this Queen of Wands here. Completely different temperament than this Queen of Swords. And if this is, I'm going to have to take the Sibilas on this, because I'm not really getting a lot of information based upon the cards and the way they are falling. But this is the Queen of Wands. She's going to represent a fire sign. And if she's not a fire sign female, then she is going to represent a motivation, you know, the desire to do something. Now, this card represents the situation. So if this is not an actual person, then what we're looking at is a situation that calls you to be like this. Okay? This represents your expectations, as I said. This card is the fears. And this is I don't know. Well, I mean, fear can be very, very paralyzing. And so this is fear of moving away. Maybe some of you are literally are going to have to move, and you have some fear and trepidation about that. Or because we know that the swords represent thoughts, or this could be you being afraid to I want to say maybe step outside of yourself or remove yourself from a situation. You fear doing that. Psychological distance, afraid to stop thinking about something or someone or some way, changing your thoughts. But then we have this queen here who is a real go-getter, and she's moves quite fast and quite quickly. She doesn't have time to explain things. And that could be if you're moving, perhaps you get, or taking a trip, you get some news that comes through that you're going to have to go from here, everything nice, neat, and orderly, to having to rush around like a chicken with your head cut off. Okay? That's what it could mean. But I have this King of Pentacles in the center, and this King of Pentacles represents the lock. Okay? In other words, this is what's holding this situation up right now, this King of Pentacles. And we know that this is a businessman. We know that this guy's got a lot of money and that he spends all of his time really thinking about money. That's what he wants to do. So this could represent a boss. If it represents a romantic interest, then this is the kind of person that he is. He would be of an earth sign or have those characteristics, in the sense that he's, pretty prudent with his money. He is generous, he is wealthy, but he didn't get that way from giving all of his crap away. So he's not somebody who's just going to hand out, tickets or money or, gifts without trying to figure out what's in it for him. But then I have this Emperor card, and this is a fire sign as well. And this is the key. So if this is what's holding it up, this is the way to unlock it. Now, I'm not quite sure how the Emperor plays into this. This is quite, if these are the same people, one person, one female and one male, then these are the different aspects. And maybe it has to do with, if this is a work project, let's say if you're traveling for work, this is your boss, then this guy's going to have all the control over the situation. Okay? And that might not sit too well with this chick. And you're going to have to explain it to that chick. Okay? You might be able to get them both to cooperate, or if it's the same person, but you're going to have to bridge the two if this is one woman. And again, I get this. This is an event having to move quite quickly. Let me grab, this is kind of funny. This is the gate. Okay? And if this is the lock, what's holding it up, and this is the key, okay, then this is the way out. And this is really, I think some of you are either going to get some news that's going to come in quite quickly and unexpectedly. If this is a person, someone coming back quite suddenly, they're attached to this Six of Swords card. Someone coming in, traveling by water, to water. They're coming from west to east. They're going to arrive quite suddenly, or it's going to be an event perhaps where you yourself are going to have to get up and travel. Both of these are going in the same direction. They're both going this way. Even this King of Pentacles is looking that way. Let's lay some Sibilas on this. If this is an event, it's going to come quite quickly and quite suddenly. And maybe what this Emperor is saying is that you're going to have to maintain this space. It may not be that this guy wants to have all the control. That could be so, but this could simply mean that you're going to have to balance these two sides of yourself when this thing happens. Okay? So let's take a look I think the Queen of Swords gets a bad rep sometimes. But she, the court cards serve a purpose. They do. Let's take a look at the lock. Is this it's a person, but what is it, why this person falls into the center of the spread as the lock? Figuring out how to get through this person to this person, you've got to unlock it with the space of the Emperor. Does that mean you got to give the control up? It's like negotiations, and there's been some fights in the past. Okay. Now, I do have the 2 queens here. We cannot ignore that we have the 2 queens here. So one of these queens could be a Lanamika from the past. I do have this Emperor looking at this Queen of Wands. And maybe if this is 2 aspects of the same person, maybe this chick is has a temper and might be impulsive. Because we do have conversations, and I don't know if this guy is either thinking about continuing the conversations or if he's just mulling it over. But that's the lock. That's the issue. The key. It's funny. He's the Emperor, damn it. He wants to be the Emperor in his own home. And that's the only way that's going to work. Now, at least if not in his own home, even in, because that looks like a bank or business, in his business. He's the Emperor. He wants to control, and that's the best way forward. That's the key. But now, let's see what the gate says. Either a message coming through that is a comforting surprise for a female lover. And I don't think this is a stupid action or stupid behavior, but someone who's going to be literally delirious when they get it. And it does involve travel. I don't know. You could be acting stupid because you got to rush around a lot. I don't know. I wanted to take a quick look here at what this Page of Pentacles says. And it comes to back up this King of Pentacles. A gift, an offer, news. Now, this could also be if this is a business deal, which kind of, it does read and it doesn't read, so I'm not quite sure what this is. Riunione messaggere superbia. So let's say if this, because we have this female lover that kind of just flew out, which kind of changes the tenor and the tone of the spread from a work situation. Maybe this is somebody that you, if it's a boss, you know, maybe you had designs on him. Maybe he's got designs on you. What do I know? I'm just a card reader. So, but there's an offer coming. Okay. Now, this card, the messaggere, typically it means through the mail. Through the mail. I don't know. And look, there's 2 peacocks. See, there's a peacock. Can you see that peacock? Wait, I don't know if you can see that because I can barely see it. Oh, look at there. And the travel card of the Chariot. This is definitely some trip coming up. It is. Okay, can you see that peacock? This is crappy. Hold on. There's a glare. I don't know if you can see the peacock there. There he is over in the corner here. You can't see him that well. What, that stupid glare. I don't know. There he is. You can see him. Where is he? Right here. There's the peacock. Right there. I'm so sorry there's an ugly glare and you can't see that. But there he is. There's the peacock. Okay. He's right there. And what's the Chariot? It's a long road. And you're going to have to balance. Remember I said that? You're going to have to balance those two sides. There's those sphinxes. And in this deck, the gold stands for the conscious, okay? And the silver stands for the unconscious or the subconscious. So even you yourself as a female can embody the energy of the emperor. That's the best advice. Marry your passions with your thoughts and your passions together and keep a handle on those. Okay, that's what I have for you. Gosh, if you're going on a trip, somebody let me know. Okay, thanks. Namaste.